Good morning, and thank you for joining me for our desk yoga. To get started, we will be in our chairs, making sure you have a little bit of room between your body and the back of your chair to allow for some movement. So maybe about a fist width, having the feet flat on the floor, ideally in line with the hips. But if you want to work a little bit more on a balance challenge, walk those feet together. If you need a little bit more stability, open the legs up a little bit further. And then from here, we're going to start with the head and neck. We're just going to look to the left and the right. So inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, looking to the left. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, looking to the right. Inhale, coming back to center. Just continue the movement with the breath. Try to allow the shoulders to release and soften. Noticing what you feel at this moment. Maybe a little bit of tension or tightness, but definitely not pain. If it is painful, please don't do it. Let's do once more on each side. And once you come back to center, from here, just begin to roll the shoulders back. Maybe hearing a little snap, crackle, pop this morning. So be careful and mindful with yourself. Taking the time and allow that synovial fluid to begin to lubricate through the joints. Let's do two more, rolling back. And then once you've done those two, begin to roll forward. Maybe noticing a little bit of the ease of movement as we warm up the area. Let's do two more. And then from here, just taking a deep breath and just notice how you feel, where you might have tension and tightness. And if you can, give yourself permission to release that tension, the tightness with the exhale. Just let it go. You don't need to hold on to it. And then from here, just gonna move a little bit further away from the desk here. And we're just gonna get some rotations through the body. So think of pressing through all the parts through the bottom. You can go as slow as you'd like. You can do tiny little rotations through the waist, or if you can, it feels comfortable, make it a little bit bigger. Anytime you need extra stability or support, just press your chair into a wall or a solid, secure surface, or you can even put your hand out on the desk if that helps, or wall. Let's do two more rotations in this direction. And when you get back to center, reverse the direction. Maybe noticing how one side may be a little bit different than the other in your rotations. A lot of times we'll have a little bit more tightness on the side we're more dominant on. Or sometimes we notice that our backs are a little bit tighter. Just being aware of what we feel, noticing it, and not trying to force or fight our body into a position or pose, respecting what we can do at this time. Let's do two more rotations. And then coming back to center. From here, we're just going to inhale, extending the arms up into a modified mountain. Exhale, releasing hands. And if you'd like, you can bring them to the heart center. Again, inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, releasing and bringing the hands to the heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. Last time. Good time to practice your ujjayi breath in through the nose and out through the nose with that as we exhale. And then from here, we're going to take the inhale, extending the arms up. And as we exhale, twisting and looking over towards the left side, looking over that left shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twisting and looking to the right. Inhale, come back to center. So be mindful how far you can twist looking back over or towards that back shoulder. If you find following the movement with your gaze causes you to feel a little dizzy or lightheaded, then just look forward. And if it continues to make you feel dizzy and lightheaded, please do not do these movements. We always want to do things that make us feel good. And if doing certain movements doesn't give you that, we may have to adjust and find a different pose or sequence of poses that work better for you. Again, allowing the breath to initiate the movement. Exhale with the twisting. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twisting. Let's do once more on each side. Inhale, come back to center. And releasing the hands. Bring them to the heart center if you'd like. Taking a moment, just noticing how you feel. Noticing if you're feeling a little bit more flexible or softer through the body. When you're ready, releasing the hands from here. I'm going to come into a seated twist that we're going to hold now that we've warmed up the muscles. So I'm going to give you some options with your legs. You can cross one leg over the other, coming into a modified figure 4. And if you want, you can extend that supporting leg out, making sure you have it against a secure surface so you don't move around when we're trying to do this pose. Or you can just keep the legs, both feet flat on the floor. So finding that position or pose that works best for you. If you do have the legs crossed, what we're going to do is we're going to twist towards that crossed over leg. Again, holding that twisted position and allowing our muscles along the back, through the spine, to just soften and allow them to go into a deeper state of relaxation or lengthening. So inhale, we're going to extend the arms up. Exhale, twisting towards that crossed over leg, using the back of the chair or the arms for support, looking forward if need be. And with the exhale, just allow your body to wash out, release the tension and tightness. The body will go into a deeper state of relaxation with each exhale, allowing those muscles to just soften a little bit more. If it helps, close your eyes. Pay attention to the body, the breath. Just notice with your awareness what's going on with the body. No judgment, just observing. When you're ready, use that inhale, come back to center if you'd like, extending those arms overhead. Exhale, releasing the arms. And if you have the legs crossed, undo. And if you want, switch over. So again, talking about one side, we may notice differences in the other. You may notice you're tighter on one side through the hips, and we're maybe doing that cross leg isn't an option on one side, and that's fine. Make those adjustments, whatever works best for you. So either having the foot flat on the floor if you're going to do that modified figure 4, or extending it out again to a secure surface, or both feet flat on the floor work as well. Inhale, extending the arms overhead. Exhale, now twisting to the left towards that top leg. Again, you can use the arm and the back of your chair to help support you. Not forcing or fighting our body into a stretch. This should feel good. A little bit of tension, but not painful. These twisting movements are really good for detoxifying through the organs, good for aiding in digestion. Making sure we're not slouching to the lower back. Always want to try to maintain a good posture. And then when you are ready, taking that deep inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, releasing. Again, just taking a moment, noticing how you feel, what you feel, and maybe where you even feel it. And then when you are ready, I'm just going to keep stretching down through the lower back. So hands on the legs, or if you want, bring them to your desktop. Inhale to that seated cow position where we've got that neutral spine. So think of somebody having a string at the top of the head, allowing us to sit up nice and tall. And as we exhale, we're going to scoop in the abs, round through the spine. If you'd like, walk those hands down the legs or on your desktop, coming into a modified cat pose. Inhale to that flat back or cow. Exhale, round and scoop. Think of creating space between each vertebrae. Allow the breath to initiate the movement and just flow with the breath. Inhale, coming to that seated cow. Exhale into cat. Think of lengthening down the spine. Let's do 2 more. And when you're ready, you can hold in cat, the bottom of that breath, or you can bring yourself closer to your desktop and come into a modified child's pose. Walking those hands along the desktop, allowing the head, the neck, and shoulders to relax. Again, we want to focus on lengthening down the spine. Think of creating space between each vertebrae as we inhale. And with the exhale, just allow the breath to wash tension and tightness out of the body. Walk those fingertips a little bit further away if you're doing the modified child's pose on your desktop. Seeing if we can go a couple of millimeters further away. Maybe not. Maybe this is as far as we can go today. When you're ready with the inhale, just gently begin to walk yourself back up into that seated position. Maybe taking one leg into the chest, just hugging it gently and allowing the lower back to just stretch. Again, letting go of any tension and tightness. Keep the shoulders relaxed so we're not bringing them up to our ears. And we always hug behind the knee, so we're not putting pressure on the knee. A lot of times when we do this, especially if we interlace the fingers, we can add that extra tension to the joint. And we want to make sure we're not increasing the risk of injury. With the exhale, gently release the leg down to the floor. And as you inhale, bring the other leg towards your center. Again, stretching through that lower back. Follow that ujjayi breath if you like. That ha-has almost sound with the exhale as the air passes through the throat. And when you're ready, use the exhale to gently release, coming out of the pose. And then from here, just going to give our hip flexors that little bit of a lengthening or stretching. So I'm just going to turn sideways in my chair. Again, you can wedge it up against something to keep you strong and support it. And I'm just going to slide my bottom forward. So my outside leg, my left leg, is hanging out over the chair, but I'm still supported. My right leg is giving me support, as is my right arm, and having that knee directly under the hip. So we don't want to have it out or tucked too far under. We just want to have that nice straight line from the hip down to the knee. And if you want, just slide that leg just back a little bit. Think of opening up through the hip flexors. If they feel a little tight, maybe you want to just do a couple of little movements to help warm up the area. Just slide that leg forward and back, not causing any issues on that lower back. So being very mindful of the movement and how things feel. And then when you're ready, that lengthening, sitting up nice and tall, allowing the chest to be open to allow more air to come into the lungs. Maybe you find that leg just naturally wants to slide a little bit further back, getting deeper into that hip flexor. And when you're ready, use the inhale to gently bring that leg back up, reposition yourself on your chair. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to slide over here just to make it easier. Again, getting that chair nice and secure, sliding to allow that right leg to come off the chair, knee directly underneath the hip, making sure I'm secure. And then from here, again, if you want, slide that leg a little bit back and forward, creating a little bit of movement through the joint, the hip joint. Allow us to become more flexible. And then when you're ready, just lengthen through that front side of the leg, allowing that knee to be maybe slightly behind the hip, but still in that alignment. It's not popping out to the side or tucking underneath the body. Close your eyes, connect with the body and breath. Noticing how this feels, it should feel good. Stand up nice and tall, try to stay away from slouching through the lower back. Washing out the tension and tightness with the exhale. And then when you're ready with the inhale, gently bringing that leg forward, foot back down to the floor, shifting in your chair. And then from here, you're going to come into a standing position to come into a modified forward fold or down dog. So you can use your desktop if that's easier for you. We want to keep the knees soft. We want to think of hinging from the hips, using the arms of the chair to support our arms, or even down to the seat, and allowing the upper body to soften as we feel that lengthening up the calves, in the hamstrings, across the glutes, the lower back. Now, if this feels nice, but you want to go a little deeper, coming into a modified down dog, maybe stepping back 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches, just depends where you are. And then again, using that seat to give us that little bit of support, or the arms, making sure our chair is secure and it's not going to roll on us as we come into this position. Keep the feet fanned open. And again, with the exhale, just allow the tension and tightness to wash out. Soften through the neck, through the shoulders. When you're ready, use the inhale to gently begin to walk yourself back up into that standing position, taking the time. Use the hands to help. Stepping forward if you're in the modified down dog. And then coming back to our seated position. We're going to extend those arms, opening up across the chest, very energizing, thumbs up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to bring it in for a self-hug. One hand to the opposite shoulder, other hand to the ribs. As you exhale, taking the chin down towards the chest, softening through the upper back and across the shoulders. Now is a really great time to set an intention for yourself with both body and mind more relaxed. You can bring your intention into your heart center. Focus on it as being a true fact now. Your intention may be, I give and receive love easily. I am strong. I am confident. Whatever it may be. Maybe it's something you want to give back out to the universe. Focus on it. Bring it into your heart center and believe it to be true. Your truth. Then with the inhale, gently bring the head back up to center. As you exhale, release the arms, roll those shoulders back and forward. Take a moment, notice how you feel. If you need to do a little bit extra stretching, feel free to do so. I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste. Enjoy your day.